Okay, good afternoon, viewers. We're back here again with another episode, and today we've got a lovely staff member, Miss Fryer. So, Miss Fryer is a primary form teacher, and she's a form teacher of Kindy this year. She's been actually teaching year two. She's actually also, when she started, she was teaching kindergarten back then as well. So we'll probably speak to her about the kindergarten experience as well. But in the meantime, you do see her childhood photo displayed. So we'll pass on to Miss Fryer. I would like her to talk about that photo and also tell us about herself.
Okay, well, that photo, I was 3 years old. That's when I was in England. We lived in England for about the first 6 or 7 years of my life. I think I was actually phoning home Sydney then. Yeah, and then we moved back to Australia when I was about maybe 7. Yeah, so we lived in a place called Crawley Down, which is near it's near Croydon. So it's about an hour outside of London.
Yeah, Crawley. So you're more closer to Gatwick.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was very surprised. I never picked it up that you ever lived in England because you don't have the accent.
No, my dad's English, yeah.
Yeah, because, living there for these early 7 years, I'm very surprised. You never picked it up.
Oh, really? My dad still has got a strong one, but it's not that strong, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it does to you. I mean, I've been here for 13 years. I've probably lost most of it, but still do have.
I can still tell.
All right. Look, we'll move on. Tell us about yourself, what you do in the school, and then I'll ask my first question.
Sometimes I don't know what I do in the school.
I think that's all of us.
Especially at the moment. I'm glad I've got Sadaba and Kaylin telling me what to do each day. I usually send them a message in the morning saying, "What meetings have we got today, guys?" But
that's so true.
That's not good, is it?
Well, it's not good, but it's very true for all of us.
Kindergarten this year. Unfortunately, we really only got 2 terms of it so far, just as the kids were really starting to get into some awesome routines and get a lot of their work consolidated, and their writing they were doing wonderful. And I fear that when we come back after this, it's going to be like term 1 again for kindy. That's my main fear. So, fingers crossed it's not that hard, but so that's what I do, kindergarten.
Well, no, I did say that to Laura yesterday as well. And the real beacons of the school are actually the kindergarten teacher. I mean, there's a big jazz about the HSC, but I'll tell you what, it really starts from kindergarten. That's the hardest years.
Well, I think year 1 are going to have a hard year next year. They probably have this year as well, because these kindy kids aren't really getting full kindy, are they?
They're not. You're right. Completely right.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a...
Well, what's something that you always wanted to learn? I mean, we all have something that we want to learn, but is that something that you always wanted to learn?
Maybe I'd like to be fluent in another language.
Well, if you stay longer in the school, you probably maybe
I've been here 3 years and I've only picked up 2 words.
Okay,
maybe 3.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like to hear those 3 words.
Well, I did use them when I was in Oman, and they worked well. When I said no thank you and they kept harassing me, I said no thank you in La Shukra. Is that right?
That's right. La Shukran. That's right. Yeah. So what are the 3 words that you've learned in 3 years over here? Are these the same words or?
Yeah, I don't want to say it in case I say it wrong. So
that's okay. All right. Look, my second question is: what is something you really know well?
Myself, I don't know. What do I know well? Yeah, don't know. To be honest, a lot of things.
Well, you could say, I mean, you know what? I'm definitely, I know well. I know I can do this really well. There must be something. We all have something that we say, okay, you know what? I can definitely do this well.
I can swim well. I do ocean swims. So, yeah, I swim
There
from
you go.
beach to beach. Yeah.
Well, look, about swimming has always been my fear. I actually don't know. I wouldn't even move my hands to save my life. That's how bad I am.
That's because you grew up in England.
Oh yeah, true that. So,
Yeah.
what are people usually surprised to find out about you?
That I lived in the outback as well for a few years, maybe when I was a kid. Yeah, my mum had a job out there in a hospital, and we moved out there for a couple of years and lived very remotely in the desert.
Where was that in the outback?
Yeah, just out of Alice Springs. Yeah.
Well, that must be very interesting.
It was, yeah, in the Indigenous communities out there. Yeah.
Did you see alligators? Did you see the wild animals walking up to your house?
No, just the ones you don't want, just the ants and the
Oh,
snakes and
oh,
yeah,
snakes! I'm scared of snakes. Seriously.
yeah. So
Never,
that was
never.
pretty cool. Yeah.
You know, they say when you come to Australia, you're definitely going to meet a lot of snakes and spiders. I mean, this
Yeah.
is something. Snakes are something very hardly seen in UK. Hardly.
Oh, you see them here everywhere.
Well, yeah, my experience very quickly was with this blue tongue, and I thought it was a snake, and I
Oh, the
freaked out
lizard.
and I ran for my life. My wife started laughing at me
I
as like you're laughing, and she's like, "Oh, that's a friendly animal," and I'm like, "What? That looks like a beast. I'm not even going close to that thing."
Yeah. No, they
All
don't
right.
look the friendliest, but yeah.
They don't. Trust me, they don't.
But they're friendly.
Look, would you like to give one advice? What would you like to say in these difficult times for all of us? I mean, we're all going through something very difficult.
Okay. All right. So January is when we're going to open up again, and we're probably going to start traveling overseas. We'll have little travel bubbles. My suggestion is to look online now, book your airfares while they're cheap, book it with a reputable airline. So if it gets cancelled, you'll get your money back, but you can right at the moment get some really cheap fares for, say, March onwards next year, and you'll be safe. You'll get your trip. You'll be allowed to travel as long as you're vaccinated, but you'll get yourself a cheap fare.
On that note, did you get vaccinated or not yet?
Yes, I'm fully vaccinated. Yep.
Oh, so you're one of those responsible citizens that are
I'll be
looking
booking
after.
my airfare soon.
All right, look, now's the fun part. I really want to thank you for taking the time out. Now's the riddle. Well, the really
Okay.
easy one, okay? I'm going to show that riddle to you on the other screen. I'm going to just take your picture off and I'll start sharing that screen with you. And hopefully you can get this right. Actually, two contestants yesterday, the people got interviewed yesterday. Both of them actually got those riddles right.
Okay.
I'm hoping you can get this right as well.
I can
So
try.
listen to it carefully, and I'm just going to mute my mic so it's not echoing. So yeah, I'll go to the quiz now.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
All right, let's try again.
Let's throw some math into the trash, into the mix, and
Could you hear it?
Just faintly, but yep.
All right, let me put the volume on.
math into the trash, into the mix, and test your knowledge. How many times can you subtract 10 from 100? You have 10 seconds to think about it.
So how many times can you subtract 10 from 100?
I guess it would be 9.
9
10?
times. Let's look at the answer then.
In fact, you can do it only once. Next time, you'll be subtracting 10 from 90. Nice and easy.
You're not going to have 100 after you get it.
I get it.
So yeah, well, these are more not really technical questions. They're more like,
Yeah.
so,
Very good.
look, I really want to thank you, and I really want to wish you all the best for your travel. I don't know where you're going, but it's a safe journey that you go to, and really want to thank you. And stay tuned for the other interviews that we're following. All right, look after yourself. Bye now.